Did you know that an estimated 20 million women and 10 million men in the United States alone suffer from eating disorders? Out of these, about 4 million people suffer from compulsive overeating, according to clevelandclinic.org. And according to Harvard Health, overeating may not only just expand your midsection, but also increase your chances of developing memory loss or a mild cognitive impairment in the long run. Hello and welcome to this video on how to prevent overeating. It may sound very basic to begin with, but trust me, most of us, including me, are guilty of overeating even without realizing it. In this video, we will talk about how to know if you're overeating, how overeating can be really dangerous to your health, and some really practical tips to prevent overeating. Let me also tell you what we will not talk about in this video. We will definitely not talk about counting calories or making diet charts or suggesting the number of meals per day for you. Each individual is different and has different requirements, and our body and mind are very well aware of these requirements. After following the tips in this video, you will be able to figure out all the answers without any effort. As stated earlier, most of us have just been accustomed to overeating without even being aware of it. And I'm not talking about occasional overeating at festivities or at parties, but I'm really talking about regular overeating, which sadly becomes a habit. If you feel bloated, lethargic, sleepy or low on energy levels, especially after your meals, then either you're not eating the right kinds of foods or you're most likely overeating. Not only this, you may also have trouble losing belly fat despite being physically active and eating healthy. We eat food to get energy, but after eating that food, if all our energy is drained out, then there's got to be something wrong. According to Ayurveda, the right portion size for our food is the amount of food that fits between both our palms. Your stomach should actually be never 100% full with food, but a third of it should be left empty for proper digestion to take place. Overeating burdens your digestive system, it hinders nutrient absorption, it makes you sluggish, and also creates a lot of health problems in the long run, like diabetes and heart issues. Let me tell you why I'm making this video today. Well, when I decided that it was really high time for me to get more physically active, to lose all the postpartum weight, and to do something about being in shape, to be more healthy, then I started working out regularly and I started being more focused on my food. But somehow something was still not right. I was still very tired all day and I still had bloating, and especially after eating meals, I felt like someone drained out all my energy, and I wasn't really sure what was going on until I realized that this is because I was not being mindful when I was eating. So though I was eating healthy, but I was not eating in the right amounts. I was mostly overeating. Why? Simply because I was eating with the smartphone on my side. And that's what was creating all the problems. So you probably guessed it by now that tip number 1 is to eat without distractions. The lifestyles today are such that we are looking for distractions all the day. I mean, back in the day, have you ever seen your grandmother sit with a phone in her hand while eating her food? She would definitely not be happy to see you do that either. So this is how traditionally people used to eat food. Yeah, they used to sit either on the floor or on the table as a family and focus on eating, focus on the lovely colors on their plate, or the lovely flavors or the texture. And that's when the food did good to your body. You know, when you simply eat just for the sake of eating, just for putting something down your throat, it is not going to have the same effect as it will when you really do this mindfully, when you respect your food, when you take your moment to enjoy your food. That's when you will really see that the food does wonders to you. I guess we all are guilty of doing this. We all are guilty of eating while multitasking with mobile phones in our hands, or while watching TV or reading something. When you eat with distractions, you're not able to process the cues from your body about being full, and therefore you end up overeating. I have personally experienced that if I am in the middle of reading an article or watching a YouTube video, when I finish my food, I would simply get a refill just so I could sit a little bit longer and finish the video or the article. We often forget that our kids are learning from us as they see us having a smartphone in our hands while eating our food, and they are bound to catch these habits over time. So it is definitely a wise choice to have a gadget-free zone in your dining area. Tip number 2, start with a small serving size on your plate. Most of us are driven by a compulsion to finish the food on our plate. Why? Simply because this is what we have been taught since our childhood, to finish the food on our plate. While this is a really good habit to follow, an even better habit is to begin with a limited serving size on your plate. Sometimes we eat extra because we don't want to waste any food. Well, any extra food that goes into your body is wasted anyways, because it will not get digested well, and it will also cause a lot of health problems in the long run. Now, please be aware that I'm in no way telling you to deprive yourself of nutrition or malnourishing yourself. All I'm trying to say is that we continue to get into this habit of overeating without realizing it. And while it is really important to eat healthy, it is equally important to eat in the right amounts. Before you refill your plate, take a moment to listen to your body and then decide if you really need the extra serving. In case you're finding these tips helpful, please do like and subscribe and press the notification bell icon. Tip number 3, eat mindfully. By eating mindfully, I mean being in the moment and focusing your thoughts on the food, taking your time to eat it and relish the taste and the texture. When you are really in the moment, you're more conscious and aware of what foods are good for you and in what proportions. Sometimes we just eat out of habit. Just because it's lunchtime or dinner time, it does not mean that we need to eat even when we're not hungry. There are days when our digestive system simply needs a break, or maybe your earlier meals have been more satiating than usual. When you're in the moment, you're able to make a better decision about keeping it light if needed. Also, if your food consists of the right proportions of fibers, proteins, and fats, then you're very less likely to overeat. The portion sizes that worked for you a couple of years ago may not work for you now, depending on your age and lifestyle. When you are at a growing age, your body needs more intake than it does when you're older. Being mindful helps you pick the portion sizes that are currently right for you. Next tip, eat slowly. Eating slowly gives sufficient time to your brain to understand that the stomach is full and to send a signal to you to stop eating. Not only this, eating our food slowly aids the digestive process, as digestion really begins in the mouth. Tip number 5, avoid stress or emotional eating. Sometimes, even though we are not hungry, we simply reach out for some food, usually junk food, when we are stressed out, bored, or simply need a distraction. Well, there are better ways to deal with such emotions like yoga, meditation, listening to music, or simply talking to a friend. Just give these tips a try and notice the change. I guarantee that you will be more energetic, more positive, will shed any extra weight, and will feel healthy overall. When you're mindful, you don't need any diet charts or calorie calculators to tell you what to eat, how much to eat, or how often to eat. Your body already knows it all. You just have forgotten to listen to it. Be mindful, and your body and mind will be your best guides. In case you like this video, please do like, subscribe, and press the notification bell icon to never miss a video from me. Have a healthy, happy life. Bye-bye.